Hey everyone, welcome back. This is my review of Garo the Animation, Episode 2. I cannot believe that we're already with the second week of the second week of this anime season. Technically third if you count Terraformers, but I think we all like to forget about that though. Because yeah, technically four, I guess, if you count Terraformers, or three if you count Terraformers, because Terraformers started actually on September 27th, so it started the earliest out of everything I'm watching. But anyways though, this was another really great episode of Garo the Animation. I tell you, like, they made something really mediocre with Mappa, made something really mediocre with Azankyo no Terror, but now they're finally starting to make something, well, something so far that's turning out like it could be great. Okay. Now, quite a bit happened in this episode. First off, we learned that a Mendoza betrayed the kingdom, and Mendoza's, like, I'm guessing, like, the lead guard, or one of the lead guards of the kingdom, who was under the king and whatnot, the king and queen and whatnot, and we learned in this episode that he's been secretly poisoning the king's drinks. Okay, and he actually framed the queen for that. But we can tell in this episode that it was him. They're not really trying to hide it too well. Okay, we can tell that it's him that was doing it all, because I'm guessing he wants to overthrow the kingdom, or maybe he wants to rule the kingdom himself. And we actually had a really touching scene between when the prince, I forget what his name is, tried to save his mother, saying, that she told him that Mendoza betrayed the kingdom, and now they're going to go after him as well, so she ordered him to basically run away. And I'm guessing that later on he's going to end up showing up with Leon and Leon's father, I forget what his father's name is, and actually helping them out. And the reason why I say that is and joining forces with them, and the reason why I say it is because we also learn, or at least it's hinted towards, that the prince is actually not the son, like he's the mother, or he's the mother. He's the son of the queen, but not of the king. He's actually the son of Leon's father. Yeah, the son of Leon's father, which would kind of make him and Leon half brothers in a way. Not real brothers, because obviously Leon was was saved by his father. Leon and his father aren't really blood related, but that would still make them half brothers, and that's why I figure that the three of them are probably going to end up teaming up later on in the series. Okay, and maybe maybe the prince would also be capable of becoming a Makai Knight, so we could have three Makai Knights working together. That'd be pretty cool. But we also learned that Leon actually can't control his powers very well. Okay, because he had a fight with this horror who was posing as a priest before in this episode, and he used put on his Makai Knight armor, but he was actually losing control of it, so his father actually had to get in his Makai Knight armor and protect him. Or not protect him, but stop him, basically. He had to basically kick his ass and prevent him from hurting anyone, because they were trying to save a fellow alchemist, but he was just going on a rampage on her. So it's really interesting that even though he's supposedly had a lot of experience with his Makai Knight powers, he can't really seem to control them too well. Okay, and we also learn in this episode that apparently only men can be Makai Knights, and this is kind of a cliche thing, but again, like I always say, I don't care about cliches. And the reason why it may seem kind of cliche is because there's always, like, you find a lot of stories where there's this incredible power that only men can use, the only men in the family can use, so the women aren't able to inherit the power. But still, I'm really interested to see what's going to be in episode 3, because there was a lot of plot revelations in this episode. Okay, a lot of plot revelations. That was at least 4 or 5 there in one episode, and each one of them were major. Okay, now where exactly the prince is at right now, we don't know. But like I said before, I assume that he's going to probably end up meeting up with Leon and his father and teaming up with them So there'll be basically be a 3 Makai Knight trio later on in the series, which would be really fucking badass. I'm not gonna lie, right? The animation in this episode is so good during the fights. It so fucking is. Oh my god. It's so fluid and so beautiful. Like, I cannot praise it enough. Dear God. Okay, like this is obvious. There's obviously a huge budget that's going into this series, which is really good, obviously. So yeah, I cannot wait to see where this series is gonna go next. Okay, I think my favorite part about this episode was actually the betrayal of the kingdom, and aside from the fight, because the fight was definitely my favorite part, just that intensity, that fucking animation, that action, the fight was my favorite part. But aside from that, okay, my second favorite part was actually the betrayal, and I know the betrayal of the kingdom, because this one supposed loyal subordinate ended up betraying the kingdom for his own personal gain. I know that's really cliche, but I don't care. It was still done so well, and you can really tell that this Mendoza guy is a real douchebag. Okay, and that was definitely my second favorite part of the episode. But my favorite part, like I said before, was definitely the fight that the out of control Leon had with that one alchemist that they were trying to save. Okay, so anyways. Overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. After guys, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.